Hey everybody, my name is Matt Van Kirk. I work here at Merle's Music in Rolla, Missouri. Today we're going to be talking about some guitars, specifically this guitar. The main reason I like this guitar, I really am a fan of Floyd Rose bridges. Most of mine, I got them blocked where they only go down. This one goes both up or down. So you can make a lot of different fun sounds with that. One of the other things about this guitar, it has active pickups, and most people are used to seeing the EMG pickups as a solid black. But EMG does have 6-pole pickups like this that are still active. There is a battery house back here, and you can see the battery right there. Humbuckers are definitely made for more screaming rock and roll sounds, pinch harmonics, stuff like that, where you can really get high gain, crazy sounds out of it. Some of the other things I really like about humbuckers, even let's say back in the day, even the late 60s and stuff like that, a lot of people were using humbuckers for jazz, blues. Basically, you get a lot higher gain out of humbuckers, whether they're active or not. You're going to get a lot more gain out of them than, say, like a Strat or a Tele, which is a single coil guitar. Some of the other things that are really important to me as a guitar player, the neck. The neck has to feel good. The really nice thing about the neck on this is a nice Schecter. Really nice thing about the neck on these is it's really satin finish. So I play a lot of gigs outside in the summer heat, and no matter how bad I sweat, this is always going to feel smooth and easy to go. Some of the other ones, some of the other companies do their guitars, and even this company, some of the guitars are painted on the neck or have a lacquer finish, and they'll get a little sticky if you're sweaty. I'm a big dude, sometimes I get sweaty. But Jeremy's going to ask me a few questions. I'm going to try to refrain from playing the guitar too much while he's doing that.
Okay, so as far as humbuckers and let's just say even Schecter, what's some of the history there? What makes this guitar so iconic?
You know, this guitar, actually it's really funny, this guitar shape, the body, everything about this is based on some other things, and you can see that classic Stratocaster shape, that double cutaway. One horn's a little shorter than the other, but some of the other companies that made this body shape, specifically Charvel, used this body shape a lot in the 80s, and it was really kind of a different thing when they started using these bridges, these Floyd Rose style bridges. Of course, everybody knows Eddie Van Halen. He made these things famous. And it's actually a really thing. I was talking earlier about mine only go down. Eddie Van Halen only goes down. He'll never pull up.
I never knew
Now,
that.
a lot of the guys in the 80s did both, but Eddie was strictly down. Yeah.
I did not know that. Okay, so you went through some of the features, but what makes this guitar unique from others? Because you said it was similar to Strat in the body. But
Oh yeah.
What makes it unique?
So what makes this guitar unique? Number one, the active pickups. Now, some other guitars have active pickups, don't get me wrong, but you don't find many in this style with active pickups.
That's the 6-pole design.
That's the 6-pole design active pickups, yeah, which,
okay.
Again, most active pickups are a solid blackout, is what they call them.
Okay.
It's just a black pickup cover. Some of them, they have gold or silver too, but specifically the 6-pole, this is actually the first time I've ever seen this. Something else that makes this guitar kind of unique, and some other people have done this. This is your truss rod adjustment. I don't know if you guys can see that with that camera angle or whatever, but there's a under the neck here instead of at the headstock, which is where most of them are.
So I need to do something with you guys about.
So can you play some more for us so we can hear some of what this guitar does?
So
Oh, nice.
So you know, with these bridges, you can get that race car effect. There's a song from the '80s that Motley Crue did. It was "Kickstart My Heart" that started with that.
Oh, wow.
So that's one of those fun things that you just. One of the other fun things that I like to do with one of these is like a horse. If I can make it do it. If I can get that string. You can make a horse. Let me see if I can do the. So there's all kinds of fun things you can do with these guitars. And for me, I've been playing a long time and I get bored. So I like to have a lot of fun with my whammy bar. I'll use it in country songs.
So yeah, that guitar doesn't have to be used for just rock. It's
Right, you can use pretty much any guitar for anything. Now, that being said, there's going to be sounds that people like. There's going to be sounds that, you know, if you're more of a blues guy, a lot of the sounds in blues were single coil. You know, Stevie Ray Vaughan played with single coils almost his entire career. Now, that's not saying he didn't use others, but most of the time you saw him with his iconic Stratocaster, and he used single coils. A lot of the, you know, but then B.B. King, for example, used a hollow body guitar with humbuckers in it. So, yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. You can use any guitar for anything. It's all in how you set it up and how you play it.
That's awesome. Okay, so what makes this guitar sound the way it does? You know, we talked about pickups, but is that the only thing really that's affecting the sound right now?
You know, I personally, I'm on the side of a debate that people tend to shy away from. There's the debate of tone woods for electric guitars, and I don't see a lot of it having a huge effect. But there are people that say, you know, a basswood is going to be slightly different than an alder or an ash or mahogany even. This guitar for me, the pickups are the main sound. And that's pretty much every solid body electric guitar, in my opinion, is going to be the pickups are making your sound. The pickups and the amplifier that you use. I can always adjust and do things differently with my amplifier for any guitar. So,
Sweet. Okay, so I walk into a music shop and I see that guitar and it's like, oh wow, my favorite guitar player plays that guitar, or I look and it's like, man, that looks cool, but I'm not sure if I should get that. What should I look for as far as price range for a good humbucker, or what should I even feel for it?
yeah, price range, as far as price range goes, I always tell people for a starter guitar, I wouldn't go any much less than $300 for a new one. But you can find those guitars that are $200 that are still great. Don't get me wrong. But that $300 to $600 range is a really great range, even, you know, for a starter or for someone who's playing out on a stage. There are several of my guitars that are that range. Now I also have several that are much higher than that, but you know, in my opinion, that $300 to $600 range is a great range for any guitar, honestly.
So when I pick up a guitar, what is it I should be feeling for, listening for, to know that it's a good guitar?
The main thing is that it's comfortable for you. A lot of guitar companies have different ways of making their neck, different neck shapes, different body shapes, obviously, but different neck shapes are the big thing. If my hand doesn't go instantly and just feel good on that, I shy away from it pretty quickly. Something else you want to look at and check for are the frets all clean and you know, not coming out or not a rough edge on there. Of course, you want to test it out. You want to plug it into an amp. Make sure the electronics are all working correctly. You know, this has 2 pickups in it, so you want 3 different sounds. You want the bridge pickup, you want the middle pickup, and then you want your neck pickup. that middle position is both of these pickups together, so you should be able to hear that pretty good on there. You want to check your scale length even. People who are used to playing Les Pauls don't really care to play Strats most of the time. The reason being is scale length on a Les Paul is a little shorter than that of a Strat. A Strat is 25.5 inch, and a Les Paul is 25 1/4, or 24 1/4, sorry. Wait, I did that backwards, 24 3/4, or 25.5, that's what it is. So, you know, Fender has a couple of guitars out, even now, that are only 22-inch scales. Now, those are what they call the offset guitars.
Like the
Most of them
Mustang.
are the Duosonic.
Okay.
The Mustang actually is going to be that 25.5, I believe.
Okay.
Although I think you can get it in a shorter scale if you want.
Okay. Awesome. Well, will you play us out?
Sure, why not?
Thank you so much, Matt.